Hello everyone, it is Ethrol. The past 2 days we have had Retainer Rush, so I thought I'd get on here and show you guys what I do during Retainer Rush. I really hope this is helpful and that it helps you guys a lot. So the first thing I do when I get on and I check the CS events, I'll see, oh, look, it's retainer and it's aptitude. Luckily, your aptitude does go towards your retainer. So if you rush this, you can also rush this, which is always super helpful, and they usually line up. I don't think I've ever seen it not line up, but again, I've only played like a month or two, so I don't want to say that it never won't. Yeah, okay guys, so here we are. After that, the next thing that I do is I'll go to market. Well, normally I would do like my dailies, and I would, but now I get my assistant to buy the stuff for me. So that means I've already bought my stuff to do my cooking for the day. So I'll go to market, I'll click them in, and I'll start some food, right? And then I'll do like the daily tasks in here that need to be done. Normally during this event, this is one of the times where I am going to collect this pot at least once to twice. Normally I'll hold it until the actual restaurant event, but that's a whole nother thing in itself, which I can go further in detail of my tactics for rushing that in the future if you guys would like. So that's one thing that I like to do. The next thing that I do is I will click on my retainer. I have been putting all my aptitude into my UR because he's been my main focus. He's my newest one, and all of these guys have had like a lot of loving from me. And since he's newer, I've been like using his boost to get him up. So the first thing that I want to do is I'll go through my aptitudes and I'll level them up. I'll see, like, compare, contrast which aptitudes to see. And once I've gotten him looking good, I'll go to sideline. I'll be like, okay, I see. And then if I have any spoons on anyone, I'll go through and click all the spoons. So I'll click upgrade, over, upgrade, over, upgrade, over. Because that's adding to aptitude, right? So once I've done the spoons, I will click on the book. So it takes the business XP. And then I'll do that over, that over, that over, right? Okay. And then once that is done, I will click on the individual ones. And so I'll be like, okay, so scholars, what are they at? And then I'll see, okay, I've got 5 of these upgrades. We'll pretend, because like I said, I've already kind of used some of this stuff. So I'll do this. The only thing is, if you push forward, it's not going to take you to the next scholar. It will take you to the next one on the list. So you have to click out. So you have to click this. Then you have to click out and then go to the next one, and so on. And I'll do that for each one to make sure that, like, I use my books kind of evenly. And the reason why I do that is because that's going to help you later on in Trade Wars. Because if all of your guys are kind of buff and thick, then they're going to be harder to take down. They're going to be a bit rougher, and harder to handle. The next thing that I do is go to my beauty. So whenever I have extra stamina, this is just holding for a twin. It's not holding for anyone currently. I'll click it. So florist, right? So I'll go to my florist, and this is when I use my bond skills and my escort skills. So I'll go through, start at the very first one after I have done all my auto summons. But before I do my auto summons, make sure that you check and you use your kids and you make sure they're not going to need a summon, right? So during the week, I will not upgrade or mess with escort or retainer. I will not touch this until a retainer rush. So when I get here, sometimes I have like 100k, you know. And so I'll come through here, I'll upgrade, and then I'll go to the next. Upgrade, go to the next. Upgrade, go to the next. Until I've gotten all the way through. And that's when, guys, I use my energy pills. I will use all of these energy pills except for 25, just in case a random air event comes up and I want to be able to rush it. Normally for the air event by now I already have like 400 to 500 kids saved up. So 4 to 500k kids saved up for the event just in case of something like that. So that's not super worrisome. And then that's when I go to my bag. After I've done all of that, I go to my bag, I check to see if I have any of these, which as you can see, I've already used them for the most part. I'll check my event part, see if I have anything over here. As you can see, I don't. See if any of this needs fused. And then after that, what I do is I will look at all of these guys, be like, are all of you close to the same level? And I'll be like, yeah, okay, this is looking really good. And so then I'll kind of like make a mental goal for myself. Like, okay, this retainer rush, I want to try to get all of my retainers to at least 450. Yes. Also, another thing that I do save up for this is, I'll show you. These guys, I will save these up to star during retainer rush because that increases your earnings, and it's retainer earnings, not business earnings, dramatically. So being able to use it during this rush is so much more beneficial. Another thing that I will save for a retainer rush is these things that you use to buy them. Once you have bought all of your Pathfinders, you have bought all of your, I always forget what they're called. I think they're Mastermind? But once I have, I will save up all those, and I use those during the event as well because that levels up their ore. Pathfinder and Master Sills, I save up these babies for this event. I also like to save up my outfits. I will use only retainer outfits during this event. I will not use beauty outfits. I save those for a later date. Okay, now you guys might be asking yourself again, okay, this makes sense, Ethereal, but what exactly should we be saving for this event? What should we be hoarding? So we're going to do my trick again. And the first thing I do is when I first decided that I wanted to start trying to rush, I looked what they're going to give me in the bargain packs. So I will save the aptitude pill, the beast fruit, which we're going to do that in a second. And you can see that I did spend a few bit on this because I had a earning like goal and I was really close to it. So I decided to spend some of my ingots on it. The random books, which those are the books earlier that like you can get like Scholar, Peasant, Merchant, Rover. Yes, and this is for the random event that's going on, and this one currently is giving you business XP, which is pretty good. But basically, I will hoard all of these babies, all of them, and use them during this event. There aren't any like, oh no, I wouldn't use that. And then I will go here and I will look. I do hoard these. Hoard your unique clothing, your unique ledger, your unique jade, because you're going to need a lot of it. By the time you get to a retainer that is around 550, you're going to need 30 epics of each. And that is a lot. As you can see, your girl is broke. I don't have anything currently. So I've kind of hit a standstill on this part during this earning rush. Yeah, and I had like over 1,000 saved up at the beginning, but that tells you how much these babies needed some love. Another thing, these guys, the purples, blues, and greens, I will not level them up past 300. I made a mistake with Attendant Yan. Sorry if I butchered that name. But the earnings that you would make by doing it is not as beneficial mathematically as saving it up and using it for your SSRs or your URs. It's just not as good. I wouldn't recommend it because you can save it for later on things. One thing that I forgot that I usually save for the very last is Beast. I will come in here. The first thing I'll do is I'll click release. I'll see if there's anything I want to release. I don't release my gray ones, and I can tell you guys why, but we'll do a different video for that. And see if there's anything I need to release. I'll normally release all my purple, green, blue, And lately I've been releasing my SSRs because I've had a surplus of EUR beasts lately. Because I've been able to place. And normally if you can place within at least top 10, top 20, you're gonna get a UR beast. At least when the longer your server has been up, the better the rewards. And where my server is currently, it has to that point, which is pretty freaking amazing. So I made sure everyone, all of my UR, my SSRs, and then the purple ones. I can't remember what they're called, but I make sure all of those have at least currently a red beast. If you do not have the red beast, go for, making sure they have an SSR beast. Just as good. I wouldn't worry about blue or green having a beast, because again, the benefits for it are not as good, and you're going to spend up using a lot of resources trying to keep it leveled up with the other ones. I mean, you could dump and forget, but it would be better spent recycling them and using them towards your better retainers, if that makes sense. So Tang Sing, again, I've been giving him a little extra love. It's okay. And then I will go through here and I will make sure that everything is at least 20%. I can now fast tame, so everything is at least 100 mil on trying to upgrade. And then so if anything doesn't quite hit it, then that's when I'm going to use these. And I did use them on him. I'm trying to save them. I want to save these again because I heard that if you use it on like the actual like mythic beasts, that even 1% can add up to like a couple mil. But it was very beneficial on Tang Sing because I had put so much work into him that this percentage changed things for me. Like, it was a big game changer, this earning rush. So I'll go through and then I will sit here and I will see, okay, you are a SSR, I'm going to upgrade. And then I'll go to the next, then to the next, and keep upgrading. Now, this time I did not upgrade the purple ones. Did not upgrade these guys. I did not level them up because I wanted to make sure that my SSRs are more powerful and I was using my resources correctly. That is very, very important. And the purples, upgrading and giving more aptitude is always amazing, but it was going to be more beneficial to my earning rush to do it this way. And so that's what I did. Hopefully all of this makes sense and it was very helpful. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or if there's any way I could do better, get better, just let me know. I am definitely here to help. And I'm also here to learn. I just want to be good at the game. Yeah. Anyways, guys, have an amazing day. Take care. Yeah. Bye.